paradox we are about to explore is called the mirror room paradox. Imagine a place where every surface captures and reflects you endlessly. Walls, floor, ceiling, each one sending back the image of yourself multiplied without end. It is a space where you might lose sight of where you truly stand, because reflections glide and mirror your movements with perfect precision. Yet, what if one of those countless images shifts, ever so slightly, out of sync? A blink too soon, a nod never made. This surprising moment fractures certainty, calling into question which is the original, which is the copy. It invites us to consider the fragile boundary between self and reflection, between the known and the uncertain world that surrounds us quietly, always watching. Walk with me deeper into this mirrored sanctuary where the essence of identity begins to blur. Here, self-awareness is not a fixed point, but a ripple across countless surfaces, shimmering with countless becoming selves. Your presence becomes fragmented, scattered among echoes that mimic every breath but might carry their own life. What is real in this symphony of reflections? The paradox presses gently on the soul's tender edge, asking whether authenticity resides solely within the body holding a physical form, or if it might also emerge in the silent spaces between images, in the shifting illusions themselves. In this place, the self is both multiple and singular, elusive yet undeniable. Meet Estelle, a woman draped in shadow and candlelight, standing at the center of this labyrinth of mirrors. She watches herself fracture endlessly, a figure caught between certainty and doubt. Tonight, as quiet as a whispered secret, one reflection blinks before she does, a subtle betrayal in perfect synchronization. Her heart stills. In this unsettling pause, Estelle wonders if she is the original, or if she has become just another echo lost among infinite selves. The mirrored room holds her suspended, each reflection a ghostly twin caught in moments that are almost her own. Through her eyes, the paradox is not merely an idea, but an intimate and haunting experience. Estelle's story unfolds quietly, like soft footsteps across a forgotten floor. She moves through the reflection room, searching not just for truth, but for herself, threading through shifting images that both comfort and unnerve. In this suspended stillness, loneliness seeps like drizzle through a cracked window pane. She longs to reclaim a solid sense of being, a continuous thread unbroken by flickers of otherness. Yet the mirrors respond only with faint distortions, reflections that do not fully belong to her, nor can she belong to them. This intimate dance spins in an endless loop, weaving together solitude and wonder in a fragile tapestry of self-questioning. The tension grows as Estelle's gaze catches the subtle imperfections between reflections, a tilt that doesn't match, a delay too brief to measure. The mirrored dance teases her with illusions of control, yet each step she takes feels both her own and borrowed from somewhere beyond. She experiences a haunting dissonance. How can something so undeniably familiar flicker into foreignness? Layers of time coil accordion-like, reflections that might be moments past, or ghostly glimpses of futures not yet born. The room becomes both a puzzle and a prison, a place where selfhood must negotiate with shadow selves that seem to watch and think alongside her, threatening to unravel her sense of what is true. Estelle realizes the paradox is not merely an optical trick, but a profound question of consciousness. The self, she learns, has no fixed point in space or time. It is a ripple always catching up with itself. Her reflection is not just a static image, but an active participant in a silent dialogue, sometimes anticipating moves she has yet to make. With each heartbeat, the idea gnaws softly. What if identity is not something possessed, but something observed, like a flickering candle flame reflected in endless glass? The mirror shows not one truth, but a dance of versions, each vying quietly for recognition in the depths of her mind. Haunted yet resolute, Estelle attempts to anchor herself, to claim her identity over these recursive images. She presses her palm to cold glass, searching for the warmth of self beneath endless duplication. But each touch echoes back, delayed and uncertain. The harder she strives to grasp the original, the more the reflections slip through her fingers like wisps of smoke. It becomes clear that this pursuit is both an act of defiance and surrender, an embrace of ambiguity wrapped in the desire for clarity. The mirror room paradox is no longer a mere thought. It is a living experience that teaches patience with the fragile, beautiful uncertainty at the heart of being. Then comes a shift. Estelle sees herself watching the mirror, watching her. The infinite regress of reflections folds inward, a quiet recursion that collapses observer and observed into one. In this subtle transformation, she glimpses that the self might be both the watcher and the watched, intertwining without clear boundary. Moments stretch and bend as if time itself is caught in a delicate suspension, where cause and effect blur. This realization does not answer the questions, it deepens them, and yet it offers a strange peace. To be is to be reflected in multiple forms, a harmony of light and shadow where the self dances forever between presence and absence. In this quiet embrace of paradox, Estelle no longer fights the mirror. She listens instead to the gentle echoes between selves, allowing the room's soft light to settle like a balm on her restless mind. The layered reflections become not rivals, but companions, voices in a chorus that sings the complexity of selfhood. In accepting that identity may be as fluid as a shifting reflection, she finds a newfound grace. The mirror room is not a prison, but a protector of mystery, a sacred conversation between the seen and the sensing. Estelle surrenders to the dance, allowing the paradox to become a mirror placed gently within her heart. Finally, as night softly wanes, the mirror room paradox leaves a tender question lingering in the air. If your reflection moved before you did, what would that say about the origin of you? Could the self be something less fixed, less owned, and more a shared reflection shimmering between observer and observed? Perhaps identity is less a place of possession and more a quiet space of observation, the poetic dance of light and memory that slips just beyond firm grasp. In the stillness, who watches whom, the mind in the mirror or the one outside looking in? It is here, in that gentle uncertainty, that the paradox invites your spirit to rest and wonder.